Shalom, everybody. This is Kanya and Tamaja, and we are here talking again with you guys on our little show called Path. It's patience, attention, time, and heart. So we're going to talk today about peer pressure. And so, being that Tamaja is a youngin, being in high school and have to deal with certain things such as peer pressure. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about that. So, starting off, question number one. What do you think about kids that are peer pressured into doing something that they don't want to do?
I think about kids who are being peer pressured into something. I think that they're probably like trying to find they get associated in the wrong group of people, and they find a way into the bad group of people, and that bad group of people will peer pressure them into doing something that they don't want to do. So I think they're trying to find themselves as a person, but it comes to a dead end of them trying be peer pressure into something they won't do. It might change their aspect of things.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer. How would that make you feel if that was you being pressured?
I would feel probably stressed because it's something that I don't want to do, and it makes it seem like that we don't have a voice, to voice our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's oh, come over here, steal these these cars or whatever, and it's you don't want to, but you don't also want them to feel I don't I'm not cool enough to be with them, and they might think something different of me.
Because when I think of being pressured, I think of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And how Regina was with, Caddy. And how she wanted to make her into something that she really wasn't. But, it was almost was she really that,
Right.
Because she transformed so quickly into the negative versus that positive person that she should have been. So, but the influence that certain people have, it's kind of,
it rubs off on that person.
Yeah, it does rub off. And it makes that person feel even though they're not that way, I'm getting that way because I want to fit in and I want to be accepted.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Caddy's thing was. She wanted to be accepted.
Or Katie.
Katie, Caddy, whatever her name is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay. What would be a good alternative if you felt like you were being pressured? What would be a good alternative for you to do in that case?
I would get out the situation and try to get out of the situation. Probably change the subject or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this or whatever. Just try to change the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And try to have create a new topic for them not to think about it. Probably just get out of the situation.
So what if they keep egging the situation on though? Be come on, you want to, just, it's almost like Hasatan in the garden. He was real subtle, real sneaky.
Just kept pricking.
Just kept pricking, just a little bit. I get you just a little bit, just to give in.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, cool. So, being a teenager, were you ever pressured by somebody?
I don't think so. Because I know my right from wrongs, but also I'm not perfect, but I do make mistakes. But that question, I don't really recall anything.
Yeah. Because I remember like me growing up, like being pressured into like smoking or, stuffing my bra and stuff like that. Because, I didn't have big boobs at the time, but I remember doing stuff like that. So, just somebody be like, okay, well, I'm gonna come to school this, tomorrow like this, you want to come? And I'd be like, nah, girl, come on. Nah. But then it's like you start thinking, and then it's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I remember smoking for the first time. Smoking cigarettes for the first time.
That's nasty.
Nasty, yes. It was nasty, yes. But I think I only did it twice. No, for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. And then I didn't want to do it anymore because it just didn't make me feel good. Like I was trying to do it so that I could fit in. So I can't say that like I was pressured like that. Like somebody put a gun to my head and say, you're going to do this forcefully. But it was more willingly on my end, But I was just doing it because I wanted the approval from other people or the validation from other people. Last question. What could someone do to flee from that situation of being pressured? What do you think that they should do?
That's one option. Secondly, change the subject. Thirdly, ask for real advice from people, like you're like a friend, like a close friend or whatever. That's not part of them. Who's like trying to pressure you into something, or ask for advice from your parents or somebody because they was pressured into the same thing that you're being pressured in. And so they're a good resource into helping you,
right? I understand.
Like give you like guidelines on like what should you do. So it's like gang, like a gang or whatever. Like you see people like jumping on cars or whatever and just beating people up. And it's like this one person who wants to join that gang, and then finding out what they do. It's like them being pressured into beating up people for no reason and stuff. So it's like they like pressure you into something that you don't want to do.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it's like, why are we subject like that? Are we putting ourselves out there like that to be in a place where we shouldn't be? Mentally, physically, spiritually. We should not be in that type of setting. But a lot of times, because we're unaware of certain situations or we're unaware of things, period, we do it anyway out of ignorance. So it just makes things a little harder. And maybe that test is just for you to, get out of it and not want to, participate. Because we don't have to participate. And that's even, not even just dealing with school, but, in life, period. Like there is going to come times where, you might be in a situation with somebody and they're pressuring you into making a decision really, really fast. You don't have to do that. It's up to you. You have your own mind. You have your own heart. What's in your mind to do these things. Why, I feel like I need to say whatever to this person to get them to react a certain way when I really don't have to do that. And if I do that, then what's wrong with me?
It's probably like they probably feel like low self-esteem in themselves, so that's why they like try to find groups or whatever just to fit in. But also you have to look at it, they might pressure you into something that you don't want to do. So it's basically like a find yourself thing kind of thing.
Yeah, you have to define yourself and redefine yourself. So, defining who you are and then refining who you are is a great tool to use so that you can know what you're dealing with, what you're up against, all of those things. So, we might talk about that next time. Yeah, because we did that at our community, and we wrote out papers and stuff about our character and what we see ourselves as, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that'd be next topic we talk about, Elijah. Yeah. So, thank you for tuning in. Check us out on Kanya's Corner. It's Maija and Kanya. Mommy and Daughter Sessions. Path. Got more coming for you. All right. Shalom.